Hello.
It's us.
Episode 5 of Season 8 of RuPaul's Drag Race. This is RuCap Boozecap.
You wear lipstick, painted on.
I'm Michael.
And I'm Chris. On this week's episode, we have the infamous Snatch Game.
They used to do mini challenges, and the mini challenge was always some sort of game show thing. So for this week, we are doing our own little drinking game show called Drinko. And I bought this at the mall 3 years ago, and I'm very happy with it still. Throughout the night, our wonderful editor, Lauren, has poured in 6 different liquids. We have something, drain cleaner, and 2 more things. So next week there will just be one of us. Really tasty, sugary, green apple. Was it the Washington apple shot stuff? Chris's turn. Bitch. I want you to drink the R.
Okay.
What was it? What was it?
Lemon juice.
I thought so! The girls all walk in after the last elimination, and everyone is thinking the exact same thing that Chris and I were thinking, which is, why the fuck wasn't Derek in the bottom 2 last time?
We've got contention starting to boil
It's
between
annoying.
Bob and Derek. And Derek essentially tries to come for Bob.
And he's like, I work in Vegas with all these big drag queens, big personalities, and you're like, why don't you have a personality then?
Oh!
My turn.
Apple cider vinegar.
How do you get rid of dandruff? It's like
Apple cider vinegar.
How do you get rid of a sore throat? Apple cider vinegar.
How do you get rid of warts?
Apple cider vinegar. How do you cure UTI? Apple cider vinegar. Just siphon it right up your
solve
penis.
world's hunger?
Apple cider vinegar. How do you change a light bulb? Apple cider vinegar. I think I might wake up with superpowers tomorrow. Okay, so RuPaul walks in after this like very clear Snatch Game video message. Like half of them know what they're doing, and half of them don't. Thorgy is going to be Michael Jackson, which kind of throws me off a little bit, only because last season
it was a huge deal that somebody was going to be a man. Fine.
Now Thorgy's like, I'm gonna be Michael Jackson.
No questions asked.
No questions asked. Just
nobody cares.
Okay,
great,
cool.
Good
Done.
choice.
Moving on. And then you get along to someone that, like Kimchi, who now is going to be Kimmy Jong-un, who is not even a person. Bottom line is we're getting this blurred territory of now people impersonating not even real people.
What's next? Gay people getting married?
God! The world is ending right now. It is a slippery slope. Suddenly, we are going to have interracial couples. We are going to have women voters. You cannot just do not real people on Snatch Game and say it's okay. What are the judges supposed to say? Wow, oh my god, you really nailed that character that you made up.
We have the Battle of the Whoopie. So we have Bob and Naomi. Naomi only has Whoopie, but Bob is coming in with a plethora of characters. Bob wants to do Crazy Eyes, Bob wants to do Carol Channing, and Bob wants to do Whoopie.
I thank Mr. and Mrs. Goldberg for one night just getting down and making Whoopie. Do you think after she's done she says, Whoopie? Robbie is really feeling confident in her character, who's the first editor-in-chief of Vogue magazine, and her name is... Who? Who are we talking about? Acid is going to be some bitch.
Nancy
and
Grace. Nancy Grace. I was like, Nancy Pelosi.
Derek's going to be Brittany. God forbid Derek made it this far after Ru dragged her along to get the Snatch Game just to not do Brittany. And did a fucking Laura Bell Bungie character. How infuriating would that be to Ru? Tom's toothpaste, and he knows what he's doing.
He does.
He also makes shoes.
He does.
Shoes.
Cinnamon.
Oh, it was the cinnamon liqueur then, probably.
Yeah, was it Fireball?
Fireball.
Okay, Snatch Game starts. Bob is Uzo Aduba from Orange is the New Black. Naomi is New York. Tiffany
York.
fucking Pollard, who is reality TV royalty.
So then we have Thorgy as Michael. We
Chi-Chi
have
as Eartha Kitt.
Chi-Chi as Eartha Kitt. We have Kim Chi as Kimmy Jong-un. We have
Acid Betty
as Nancy Grace.
Robbie as
Deanna Vreeland. Derek is Brittany.
And Derek is Brittany. Shining to, or clearly, Bob and Thorgy.
So Bob stole the show, and they actually gave Bob a lot of airtime, which I was okay with because Bob did phenomenal as Crazy Eyes, and then, surprise, she switched into Carol Channing.
BAM! Carol Channing.
I was actually really impressed with Derek. At first I was like, whatever, and then I watched it again, and you know what? I was a fan.
I mean, Tatiana did it 1,000 times
I
better.
love Tatiana.
Derek works in Vegas as Brittany, right?
Yeah, he works, bitch.
Brittany works in Vegas as Brittany as well, so what the hell is Derek doing?
Well, Derek's like the people who can't get tickets or can't afford them.
They go and see Derek and just pretend that he doesn't have a penis.
That's what I would do.
Not so good in Snatch Game was...
Acid.
Acid, I don't know Nancy Grace very well, but it didn't, like, the responses weren't even funny. Like, just even looking at the words.
No. Naomi with Tiffany was just a train wreck.
Okay, if I were Naomi, I would have gone all up in that. Once I realized it was going south, I would have saved myself by getting up. I would have walked over to Chanel and Mon. I would have said, "You skank bitch," and then walked the fuck out.
Opportunity missed.
Robbie was disappointing.
Oh.
Good mannerisms. When I saw her like in the stand, I was like, oh, okay, she's like acting. She's got this face. She's got her like cigarette. And
But like her voice and everything, kind of what I think what
Yeah.
Gigi and Chanel mentioned.
Yeah.
It wasn't there.
And it was in the jokes again, just like Acid. Like the jokes, the things she said wasn't funny.
And then Eartha, I thought the mannerisms, she stuck with the cat theme. Chi-Chi stuck with the cat theme.
But if
went with
there's
it,
one thing
and
we
it
know
worked.
from Alexis Mateo, just pick some shit and
Pick
go
a
with it.
characteristic. Butch, pregnant.
Butch, pregnant, lesbian, Alicia Keys. The fuck?
Amber Rose. I see you.
Alright, ready for the next one.
Was it the 99 whipped cream?
Yeah, that's what it was!
Oh, I'm so jealous!
Winner, chicken dinner! We get to the runway, and the theme is...
Night of 1,000 Madonnas. But as it turns out,
More
it's
like
more like
8.
Night of 1,000 Kimonos.
4 kimonos.
4!
1,000 Madonna looks. 4 kimonos.
4 of them are kimonos.
As an Asian brother, I say Kimchi gains property rights on that.
Yeah, automatically. Chi-Chi with her amazing code bra, classic, iconic Madonna look.
I mean, that's what you think of. And you'd think that would be what you would see a lot of if you were like, oh,
Madonna.
Madonna. I really loved Robbie's look, at least.
So original.
It was because it was from A League of Their Own, and she went down, it moved really well, was what I was noticing. She was able to twirl it, and the little skirt part went up. She had a little baseball outfit. I thought it was really cute.
Bob with her amazing Boy Scout inspired outfit.
Madonna wore to the GLAAD Awards.
That was great.
It was
anything out of the box.
Bob knows how to pad
But you know what, bitch?
really well.
She's Madonna. Papa, don't preach. So then we have Acid with her pregnant baby. You know, she's going to keep the baby, I think.
That's a Papa Don't Preach reference.
And
I
it-
guess you. Okay.
with the birds.
Except that she had like giant prongs stabbing her baby.
Collusion happened.
Robbie and Acid and Naomi are on the bottom, which is clearly expected.
I just don't see why you're unable to perform.
Chris, there's a lot of reasons why people might not perform. Anxiety, too much liquor. Can you see, like, Ru in bed and just going like, someone's like, I'm sorry, I've had too much. He's like, no! I don't want any more goddamn excuses! Make it work! Make it work! The top two, clearly Bob and Thorgy. A little concerning that Derek is doing what Derek does best for a living in Vegas and still
isn't number one.
and still is number 3 of all of them.
Here's the thing. Everyone's giving Thorgy a lot of praise. We love Thorgy. She's been doing such a good job. And the winner of the challenge is...
Bobbleton!
Bob! Oh, Thorgy. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Benny and the Jets. She got electric boobs. Her long-haired shoes! She's the...
Raven, hello.
She's the Hillary Clinton of drag.
Oh.
Always second to a black man. Let's get some alcohol. Enemas. Antibacterial soap. In the end, it is Acid and Naomi.
Robbie,
Yep.
get your shit together.
I know. Alright, Naomi and Acid, both formidable queens.
Yeah.
Like, Naomi, I cannot say enough about her legs. And then when she disrobes during the lip sync, I cannot say enough about her body. She has, I think, the most, like, fishy supermodel body I have ever
It was like a fucking
seen on Drag
Victoria's
Race.
Secret runway.
Yes.
And then you have Acid, who also is an
The
incredible
most,
look queen.
yeah, and
like,
the most womanly figure on stage at the moment, because how more womanly can you get than being pregnant? Well, like, marsupials, they, like, give birth, and the baby's like, bitty, 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 and then they, like, climb into the pouch, and they just find the nipples and go for it.
It's like how sharks eat out of their mother sometimes.
They eat out their mothers.
The final
Verdict
is
that
Acid
is
going.
bananas! She's going home.
She's going home.
And it's weird because Acid's like been a front runner all season, the top, every single episode, and then she's going home. But if you look at the format of the show, I agree. She was in the bottom two, and she didn't do as well in the lip sync.
I will say, if she had stuck with the
birthing
contraction
station at the
birthing
end?
thing, I think it would have been hilarious. I think it would have worked if she could find some way to like
It
fit
was
that
a-
in and
yeah.
draw the attention on that. Join us next week.
When we recap everything that happens in an episode 2 days from now. Hey, little to no wait. Am I right?
Am I right?
You're right.
I am right. I'm Chris.
And I've had it.
Join us next week as we count down the top moments of the episode, break down our livers, and
poop
get wacky.
everywhere. You have a good night.